Well, hello and welcome back. We're traveling with the Reedhars. In this video, we return to Glendale Valley Campground in Fallen Timber, Pennsylvania, 2 miles from the Prince Gallatin Glen Lake area. We stayed here for 10 days this time through the Labor Day weekend. If you recall in a previous video, we were up here last year at this same time, but not for quite as long. Also in the last video, you'll remember that I did state that the park was under new ownership and they were making some changes. And in that video, you'll see that where we were camping, there was some old seasonals here. One thing they are trying to do is make those seasonals more compliant, more appealing to the eye for all the campers that wish to come here. This camp and its sister campground across the street, Breezy Hills, they're pretty old campgrounds, and you can imagine up in this area, you're pretty much 30 minutes from any major city like Altoona. A lot of the seasonals are pretty old, so compliancy is definitely the right way to go, and be sure that they stick to their guns with that. And if you can't become compliant, you might be asked to leave. Here we have the campground store. Like a lot of campground stores, there is an array of apparel, hats, drinks for the kids, your basic things that a campground store would have. They also have, as you see in front of us, all the camper amenities and items you may want to purchase while you're there. And they have a lot more than a lot of other campgrounds that I've seen. They have a beautiful array of decor that you can purchase also at the camp store to beautify your camper if that's what you choose to do. If you see in front of me, they came up while we were there and they put in a couple of these Pennsylvania machines. I don't want to go too much into that. If that's your thing, you can go up there and hang out for a bit and use the machine. The camp store also has an ATM machine if you need to get cash, because believe me, it does take a little bit of time to get to the nearest place where you'd be able to do so. Store, convenience store, gas station and what have you. The camp store is very well kept, very well organized, and they do strive to make sure that it is, just absolutely beautiful when you go in. Coming outside, you'll see in front of us, once again, a few things that a lot of campgrounds don't have. These are your charging station. If you have one of the newer electric cars and need to be charged up, they have stations here for that. As you'll see coming around to the side of the campground office, the small brown building with the rocking chair, that is the laundry facility. Once again, clean as a whistle. It's probably at the top 10 of what I've seen, and I've been to a lot of campgrounds. To the left-hand side of the building as we're going down is also the bathhouses. They're in the same building and very clean, updated, just absolutely beautiful. Here you have a recreational area to hang out, your maintenance in the back. Some of the mobile homes you saw in the picture there they're simply lot rent, and or some of them are seasonal. Those are newer. As we get ready to drive through the campground, this is once again Glendale Valley. Later in the video, we will go through Breezy Hill, which is across the street. Remember, speed limit is 5 miles an hour. There are children at play here. There's one of your e-vehicles plugged in there. You'll see as we're driving through, you will see some of the older seasonals I'm talking about. And as we were there was a lot of things being done in the campground. It has changed a lot since last year. I give everybody here that works here at the park office, the maintenance, I give them props. I have to. It's the difference between night and day. As you can see, for the most part, the campground stays pretty much well kept, beautiful. It's very quiet here. Last year, I did say it's probably not so kid friendly. And this year, I have to take that back because they have put in some playgrounds over the Labor Day weekend. There were a lot of children out at play, and everybody was just having a great time. Even with children and the amount of campers that camp in this campground, it's very quiet. Everybody, for the most part, abides by the rules, and it's just a very, very nice place to be. To the right is the Creekside sites, which is where we stayed this time. In fact, we're coming up on the old Apex there on the right-hand side. We're just going to pass it by. You'll see I cut out about 1,000 feet of road, and now we're going to head up the hill. As we come up over this, I just want the other side of the creek, which is where we're going to go up around the top of this hill, is pretty much all seasonals. And you'll be able to see the people that are becoming compliant, and a lot of them were compliant already. But the effort is it's all there. It's all there. And I think everybody is on the same page to make sure that Glendale Valley is a great place to visit. So if you can imagine, the side we came up is it's one way coming up and then back down, but then it comes over to this section. As I stated, this is mostly seasonals, but once again, enjoy, because there's a lot of effort put into a lot of these seasonal sites. Here we're going to bear off to the right and continue through, but to the left is just basically another road going up to the same circle going around. Once again, on the right, all of the seasonals over here. On the back side of them is the creek bed that goes down through the center of the park. And I apologize, I keep calling it a park. It's actually a campground. As we're coming around this bend, this is going back to a gated entry off the main road, which I don't believe is accessible, and I guess you really wouldn't want to go through it unless you asked them. To the left, you saw some tent sites. Well, once again, although it is tent sites, there are, I believe he said 4. There's 4 of them up there that actually have electric at them. As you're coming down through here, there's another site here to the left, but then you have an open area in front of you. To the left is going to be an older volleyball area, and apparently they're going to redo that. To the right is a bridge for the golf carts to go across. And then what they've asked of all the seasonals, and people, not just seasonals, if you happen to tow a boat up there or whatever you have, a trailer, they've asked that you park these over here because they really don't want it cluttering up the sites, so they look ungodly. Also, I just want to note that this campground in particular, which is unlike a lot of them that I've seen, is I did inquire about, can I bring up a golf cart, a UTV, whatever, and more so the golf cart. And, a lot of campgrounds, unless you are a seasonal, they don't want you to have that type of item in there with you. Not at Glendale Valley. They are welcoming. If that's how you can drop it off, you can bring the trailer over and park it. You just make arrangements through the office. While we're coming back up through, I do have to say that last year when I stayed here, the video was pretty brief. And one of the things in the video that I did state is just from what I saw. This year, I was able to actually get a tour of the entire campground, both Glendale Valley and Breezy Hill. And there's a lot of information that I didn't know. If I would have known that last year, I would have put forth, more effort to make sure anybody that watches the video is aware of all the efforts that are being made here. You can see to the left that we just passed nice stone-lined swales. As I stated before, as we come around the right-hand side, to the left here is that road that I told you before. It just kind of cuts up through to the same area. Just seasonal sites. You can see the grass is very well kept. Everything is organized, just how you would expect it to be. As we go back up over the hill, going back into the original section, I'll also put in a couple notes that if you go online and you look up or call the park office, campground office, and you inquire about their seasonals, their nightly rates, their weekly rates, their deals that they offer, and their seasonal rates are some of the best that I've seen. I don't want to get too much into the details of that, but a quick phone call and or going on their website would allow you to very easily see that if you really want to get away from the hustle and bustle of it, Glendale Valley or Breezy Hill might be your choice. Coming back down the other side here, as you see to the left, that is where we came up. And now we're going down the side here. And everything to the right is all Pennsylvania state land. If you go on your travels outside of this park or campground, you will notice that there's a massive amount of state land that surrounds. So if you want to go hiking, and just sightseeing, it's definitely a plus. Once again, you'll see as we're leaving and you look to your left up here, you'll see that they did add in a smaller playground for the children and a couple other items to keep them occupied. You'll see later in the video over at Breezy Hill, I will take you over there also, that they've also done the same thing. Large open areas, well maintained. Now, I don't want to put out any hints, but on the right I do see some area over here that's empty. And there are areas around, I did make mention that, wow, they might be great areas to maybe put cabins in eventually. Hint, hint. As we come around to the back side of the building, you'll see up in front of us, the road continues up and also has a very accessible, wide area to get your camper out of. That's where you would dump your garbage. As we leave the campground, we'll head over to Breezy Hill. I'm doing this in real time so you can get an idea of just how close it is. That would be the exit at the dumpsters. And then you have this place on the corner, which is no affiliation to the campgrounds. It's Knowles. Great place for ice cream and food. They do make everything fresh to order, so they don't keep any of it, there just to be heated up in the microwave. So it does take some time to get your food. As we come over to Breezy Hill, I'm not really up on this campground. I did not come here the first time last year. I did get a tour this time, and I did want to add it in because it is a sister campground to Glendale Valley. Once again, a lot of seasonals. There are some old seasonals here too, but pretty much for the most part very well kept. And once again, they are really, really pushing the issue to make everybody compliant. If not, they'll have to do what they have to do. Over here at Breezy Hill, you'll also see that that is an old house I just pointed at there. Apparently that was the original owner's house. They have plans of doing something with that. I don't want to get into it too much because I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do. Maybe a, game room, something. I'm not sure. Over there is you see me pointing. They did make note to tell me there's a 4-site lot over there that I guess a bunch of people, family members, they have campers on 3 of them in kind of a U-shaped. And then the other one is the outdoor kitchen and whatnot. And it's just, if that is what you want to do, they've made, I don't want to really get the video right up into there for privacy reasons. Hence, I'm not really focusing on one individual camper. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing to see. Over here at Breezy Hill, you're going to see there's a lot of in-between roads. Once again, I'm not going to go in and out of it. The bathhouses, 100% brand new. They went through major efforts to make the inside of all 3, men, women, and family. Restrooms are all brand new. Everything is redone. The flooring, it's just absolutely amazing. You have a pavilion on the right-hand side for any kind of event you might want to do. I did, however, note that all this land to the left, which is the corner, just became available, and I did make hint maybe a large outdoor campground area with a fire pit. Might be in the future, I don't know. The reason I came back into the campground and coming around this side is I did want to show you also is if you have the land and you have the ability, which they did, you mow back into the woods in the tree area, they put in tent sites back here. Beautiful area for tent sites, and it's just, listen, it's exactly what people need. Pull your car in, load all your stuff up into a cart or something, and roll back to your campsite, and you can't ask for any more. All back in the trees back there. Coming up, once again, a smaller version of Glendale Valley. You'll see the park for the kids and a smaller area to store trailers and whatnot. Well, this was our second year up here, and as I stated, we are going to do this on a yearly basis. If you like our videos, like and subscribe, and check them out. Glendale Valley Campground.